Hello everyone, Joel here. 2026 is officially the year of isometric addiction because we are absolutely drowning in incredible new ARPGs and Diablo-likes that demand your soul. Whether you want to grind for 3 weeks or you're looking for fresh indie blood to replace your toxic relationship with Blizzard, I've got you covered. First up, let's talk about a title that literally refuses to give your mouse hand a break. Moon Studios decided that making beautiful platformers wasn't enough, so they crafted this gorgeous painterly torture simulator. It finally hit its massive 1.0 full release soon on PC and PS5, and let me tell you, the combat is smoother than a freshly waxed bald head. Think Diablo married Dark Souls, but their child has a serious stamina management problem. You'll parry, die, roll, die again, and completely forget what sunlight looks like while rebuilding the town of Sacrament. Moving right along, if you loved Crosscode, your prayers have officially been answered by Radical Fish Games. Their new project completely blew up Steam after launching into early access this past May. The developers tossed out generic dark fantasy tropes to give us a vibrant, mind-bending 2.5D sci-fi wasteland. You play as an outcast chosen babe named Juno who switches between 8 divine weapons faster than your ex switched dating profiles. The combo system here is pure dopamine, and the unique cooking mechanic ensures you actually eat food instead of just hoarding hundreds of useless health potions like a digital gremlin. Now let's saddle up and head into a completely cursed frontier. Picture a gothic occult Wild West ARPG where you don't just climb a traditional skill tree, you also manipulate a literal poker-style deck system and collectible tarot cards to unlock insane combat synergies. Yes, you can lean entirely into a gambler talent build where your luck dictates if your bullets trigger a screen-wiping projectile nova. The developers at Black Hand are dropping a massive Steam demo on June 10th, so you can finally see if your trigger finger is faster than a demonic cowboy. Speaking of scaly monsters that need a solid spanking, this game dropped its full 1.0 release back in March, and it's an absolute monster slayer. Echo Software throws you into a world entirely ruled by massive dragon lords, and your job is to turn them into fancy luggage. The biggest selling point here is the brilliant ancestral grid system, which lets you customize your abilities like a psychotic scientist. Plus, you get to expand your own city and tame little wormlings. It's basically Pokemon, but with way more blood, gore, and adult themes. But hey, maybe you want something a bit more artistic while you commit mass murder. This title officially busted out of early access late last May with a stunning Chinese inkwash aesthetic. You control Red, a badass swordswoman who discovers she's just a puppet trapped inside a literal book. To break her curse, you blend over 50 ink gems for explosive elemental synergies while your ink pet Momo bites enemy ankles. It's got that frantic fluid combat rhythm that will satisfy any roguelite fan looking to slice through Pokemon nightmares. Dimraeth is a 1-to-8 player co-op pixel art action RPG that will test the absolute limits of your friendships. Having played it myself, I can honestly say the game mechanics feel great, incredibly smooth, and heavily polished. It's seriously impressive how a small indie studio nailed the combat feels to be this satisfying and responsive. With 8 races, 6 classes, and over 300 spells, the real-time action is an absolute blast, literally, since friendly fire is fully active on harder difficulties. casting chaotic elemental combos feels incredibly tight, making every accidental teammate obliteration a joyful masterpiece of tactical error. When you aren't dodging your friend's rogue fireballs, you're exploring a massive open world filled with crafting and base building. You'll carve out a custom stronghold in the wilds to house allies, unlock crucial upgrades, and even pursue romance options. You can check the link in the description below to play the free demo on Steam right now, and don't forget to smash that wishlist button. Don't get too comfortable though, since the full early access will drop later this year with roughly 4 times larger the content of the current demo.
Something is destroying it from the inside out, hence the direction of our search.
If you prefer your action with a side of bullet hell insanity, Line Games is preparing Ember and Blade later this year to ruin your sleep cycle. You step into the armored boots of Fenrix, a demon hunter who made a questionable pact with an angel for temporary immortality. It takes the frantic survival loops of popular survivors likes and injects heavy souls-like boss fights that will make you cry. The heavenly blessings change every single run, ensuring that your path through divine fire and demonic corruption never feels like a repetitive chore.
You already know those wretched angels will never grant you a favor. You leave with every hands.
Saw the lives they lived and passed their knowledge to future generations until Sorcisto.
Next up, let's look ahead to fall 2026 because the absolute madmen behind Guacamelee are cooking up something truly unhinged with Blighted. Arriving later this year on PC and the brand new Switch 2, this is a gorgeous psychedelic western action RPG that combines tight souls-like pairing with literal cannibalism. Yes, to expand your skill tree, you straight up devour the raw brains of defeated bosses. There's also a dynamic frenzy difficulty system where the better you play, the harder the game claps back. It's creepy, chaotic, and perfectly scratches that adult itch for cosmic gore.
Should you fall, pray the vultures consume you before...
Alright, forget boring human heroes because Gringo Games is bringing something truly unhinged for its full Q4 2026 release. In Greyskin, you play as one of 4 merciless sword-swinging, gun-toting rats navigating a dark underworld inspired by weird fiction. This unique looter shooter, a RPG hybrid, tasks you with blasting through procedural dungeons, gathering enemy DNA to mutate your rodent via a mutagen accelerator, and upgrading your loot in a cozy underground hub. Best of all, the hub features an actual pet fish named Fishy that you have to remember to feed. Now let's switch gears to something completely wild. This cyberpunk roguelike dropped onto Steam last month and completely flipped the script by letting you dynamically swap between isometric top-down and third-person perspectives at any time. You're trapped on a dimensional quantum phantom train, harvesting energy from monster-infested multiverse biomes to fuel your escape to Elysium. The skill customization is deeper than a late-night philosophy debate, and you can even toggle a retro pixel mode if your fancy graphics card starts having a midlife crisis. Before we continue the video, I want to inform you that right now, there are tons of crazy deals in instant gaming, especially if you love RPG games. Remember how expensive modern gaming lately? Well, not anymore, since you can get so many amazing titles with crazy discounts in instant gaming. Can you believe that just with $10 or even less than $5, you can enjoy one of the best gaming experiences in your life? Just look at these titles. It used to cost like $30 or even more than $40. And to make things even crazier, some games even drop so far to just $1. If you're a smart guy, you know what you have to do. All you have to do is just click my link in the description below, start searching for your favorite games, and use the activation code on your chosen platform. By using my link, you're not only saving tons of money, but also helping me to support this channel. Alright then, let's get back into the list.
sorrow and shadows in them. I see you're confused.
Slated for a Q3 2026 early access launch on Steam, Sickness Cross is delivering the ultimate toxic hybrid, Diablo meets Stardew Valley. You awake inside a massive underground prison dungeon called the Vitromotus. The loop is simple: grind through brutal procedurally generated dungeons, rescue helpless citizens, and bring them back to rebuild a ruined town. It features gorgeous pixel art, tight action combat, and a jaw-dropping voice cast including Doug Cockle, yes, Geralt of Rivia himself. It's the perfect mix of cozy farming and aggressive monster slaying.
To prepare for the challenges ahead. And there will be.
Alright, next up is Cinderia, which actually slashed its way into Steam Early Access this past March. Developed by MyACG Studio, this is a beautifully frantic, dark fairytale hack-and-slash adventure. You step into the boots of a heroine named Rue, carving through gothic rooms with insane aerial dodges. The killer's selling point? 4 distinct characters boasting over 180 unique skills each, allowing you to whip out build synergies weirder than your incognito search history. Furthermore, they just dropped a fresh June update adding tons of achievements and arenas, making it the perfect time to get grinding. Now, if you want something delightfully twisted, keep your eyes peeled for Absym, slated for a full Q4 2026 release. Created by Infinity Experience, this indie gem is basically what happens if Hades and Bloodborne had a gorgeous HD 2D pixel baby. The massive selling point here is a mechanic called Rift Dancing. No, it's not a trendy TikTok dance, but a system that lets you seamlessly swap between 2 parallel dimensions in real-time mid-combat to escape deadly threats. It beautifully balances roguelike speed with punishing exploration, ensuring your blood pressure stays healthily high. If you're tired of playing nice, this chaotic co-op action roguelite launched on Steam a couple of weeks ago. You choose from 8 unique interstellar hunters to chase down alien outlaws on wacky planets. The killer feature here is the versatile mobility lasso used for combat, ziplining, and most importantly, backstabbing your friends. Once the big bad boss falls, the co-op alliance instantly ends, and you must fight your teammates to claim the ultimate cash prize. It's the ultimate friendship-destroying simulator.
Nice try. Yes.
Keeping that high-stakes tension going, this upcoming 2.5D pixel art extraction RPG completely steals the spotlight. By day, you manage a sketchy antique shop called Balusha, but by night, you command elite divers into a reality-warping city dungeon to steal forbidden relics. You have to escape alive while dealing with psychological stress and lingering curses that carry over between runs. It beautifully mixes shop management with hard-boiled real-time combat, making it an absolute standout for extraction fans this year. If you prefer your dungeons classic, dark, and utterly unforgiving, this hardcore dungeon crawler released its early access build this past April. It tosses you into an endless procedural abyss built long before humanity existed. It's packed with intricate lore, secret rooms, and a progression system where your skills level up simply by using them. You'll have to manage fractures, curses, and gear repairs while fighting terrifying creatures. It feels like classic Diablo mixed with Dark Souls, and yes, the community is loudly begging for co-op. Now for something entirely unique, this open-world party-based adventure arrived in March, delivering a wild journey across a cursed pagan island. Instead of a lone hero, you command a squad of 4 custom companions who talk smack, bond, and make unique dialogue choices based on their stats. The combat is a frantic brawler style that lets you pause mid-fight to issue tactical orders. You even get a pack mule to haul your extra loot and a boat. It's got a massive, deep tabletop RPG vibe wrapped in smooth action packaging.
And prove to your mother you are not useless. The Kingsward! A massive open-world role-playing game where you can become whatever you want.
If you want to laugh out loud while slicing monsters, keep an eye on this one. DPA Studios just dropped a hilarious announcement trailer for this satirical isometric ARPG. Your epic quest: find a legendary sword to save the kingdom from the absolute stupidity of its own king. It features a brilliant hybrid class system and a heavy dose of internet humor. The game actively mocks classic fantasy tropes and even jokes that playing it will finally prove to your mom that you aren't an absolute failure. It's coming out later this winter.
The Kingsward! Made just for fun by a small indie studio.
Shifting over to Mythological Chaos, this is a gorgeous hack-and-slash roguelite launching this November that takes heavy inspiration from Korean shamanic folklore. You descend into a cursed cycle of ritual and memory, awakening divine weapons and absorbing elemental artifacts to create insane build synergies. The combat is blindingly fast and screen-meltingly flashy. Just a quick heads up, it deals with some dark psychological themes and mature content, so expect a deeply mature story to accompany your massive dopamine hits when exploding waves of folk demons. Next up, Wolcen Studio is currently running closed alpha playtests for their official new extraction ARPG. You can forget Wolcen 2. This is a free-to-play PvPvE live service nightmare where Death himself hires you to restore order to a shattered afterlife. You'll raid mythological realms like Helheim, gather insane loot, and pray you don't get jumped by other players on your way to the extraction portal. If you die, you lose everything on you. It's high stakes, brutal, and features a completely player-driven trading market.
And my mission accomplished.
For an atmospheric change of pace, this is a stunning cosmic ARPG showcased at various gaming festivals ahead of its upcoming launch. You play as Ave, a nimble knight who teams up with Lune, a mysterious magic-wielding starfarer. Together, they hop across shattered worlds to retrieve the lost glow of the stars. Combat relies heavily on precise parries and dodges, while a unique embroidery system acts as customizable charms to tweak your passive skills. It's gorgeous, deeply poetic, and a refreshing break from typical mud and blood fantasy.
Return, Yahweh. Send forth your terror into hell.
Of course, we can't talk about Diablo-likes without mentioning the granddaddy itself. Blizzard surprised everyone this February by dropping this massive update. It introduces the brand new Warlock class, letting you rain hellfire and shadow magic on Mephisto's face. They also completely overhauled the endgame with Colossal Ancients, updated terror zones, and finally gave us modern quality of life features like customizable loot filters and dedicated stash tabs for runes and gems. It's the classic you love, just with way less screen clutter and inventory headaches.
Is always there.
Hope is always there.
If you want a massive twist on the isometric formula, Square Enix is dropping this breathtaking game on June 18th. Developed by Team Asano, it brings their iconic HD 2D pixel art style to a real-time action RPG for the first time. You control Elliot and his snarky fairy companion Faye across 4 different time periods. There's no turn-based stuff here, just fluid real-time combat with 7 weapon types, puzzle-filled dungeons, and optional local co-op. It feels like an incredible love letter to classic SNES Zelda and Chrono Trigger. Hold on to your pants now because Crate Entertainment is finally releasing this massive expansion for Grim Dawn this July 23rd. This mammoth DLC expands the world map by over 30%, sending you into rugged snowy peaks and ancient frozen caverns. The absolute showstopper here is the brand new 10th mastery, the Berserker, which lets you shapeshift into ferocious beast forms and dual-wield weapons like a rabid animal. Add in custom potion brewing and item ascension, and your favorite old-school ARPG just got a massive lease on life.
Feel the shock!
And finally, reigning supreme at the top of the food chain is the Undisputed King. While the full 1.0 release is slated for this December after ExileCon, the early access version is absolutely dominating 2026. Grinding Gear Games just dropped the massive 0.5 Return of the Ancients update on May 29, bringing fresh leak mechanics and insane endgame polish. With its brutal combat rolling, jaw-dropping graphics, and a passive skill tree that still requires a PhD to understand, it remains the ultimate gold standard for ARPG enthusiasts everywhere.